guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Naomi and today's video is going to be a little bit different. It's going to kind of be like a vlog slash conversation because I wanted to discuss some of my 2023 goals and do a little bit of vision boarding tonight and also just reflect on 2022. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy this video, and let's get right into it. Okay, so I'm going to start out by writing down 3 things that worked for me in 2022 and 3 things that I want to leave behind in 2022. By the way, the reason that I am doing this, I heard about this from a podcast called The Law of Attraction Changed My Life, and she had an episode on how to vision board and just like tips on vision boarding and stuff, which, like I said, we are going to do a little bit of vision boarding tonight. So one of the tips that she had is to start out by writing down 3 things that worked for you in the year and then 3 things that you want to leave behind. But I'm going to start by writing down 3 things that worked for me in 2022. Okay, so I have my list. So for the 3 things that worked for me in 2022, number 1 is spending money to save time / outsourcing tasks to make time for things that are important to me. So I grew up with my parents having the mentality where you should do everything yourself, everything at home to save as much money as possible. For example, my mom would cook at home 99% of the time, and they were very much of the mindset that if you spend money on outside food, it's just a total waste of money. So ever since I moved out and have been living on my own, I have tried to only spend money on groceries and only ever cook at home and meal prep and whatnot. Then I started putting a lot more time into YouTube and content creation for the past few months, but I realized that the amount of time that I was spending on meal prepping was really not sustainable for me to be working a full-time day job and be putting enough work into YouTube and social media. Because I was meal prepping for the entire week, I would cook for like 5 hours on Sunday, and it's not just those 5 hours that you're cooking. You also have to, like go grocery shopping, make your grocery list, take inventory of the groceries and ingredients that you already have in your house, and maybe even research new recipes. And then after the 5 to 6 hours of cooking, we'd also have to do like a really huge cleanup because the kitchen would be an absolute mess. So about a month ago, we started a meal prep subscription service. It's called Macro Foods, and I believe it's a Canada-wide franchise, and it's been honestly such a lifesaver. I wish I had done it sooner and just like got over my blocker of not wanting to purchase food from outside. So the second thing I wrote down is letting things go that are out of my control and just choosing to be happy. This past year, I realized that most things that I was stressed about, I can just choose to let them go. Okay, so the last thing that I wrote down that worked for me in 2022 is my sleeping schedule and overall routine. So I was never a morning person, but for the past like 4 months, me and my husband have been going to bed at 8 p.m. and waking up at around 5. And at first it was difficult, but now I'm like fully used to it. It's been so nice to finally get to this point because waking up at 5, I get so much stuff done before my workday starts. 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. is when I'll do the bulk of my editing for YouTube. I'll do emails for YouTube and content creation stuff in general. And then I'll start my workday around 9 and then usually go to the gym after work. And that schedule has been working so well for me. Moving on to the 3 things that I want to leave behind in 2022. The first one is overcommitting myself, especially to things that don't serve me. So there were a lot of times in 2022 where I found myself really regretting committing to certain social events or just activities in general when I should have been resting instead. So number 2 on the list of things that I want to leave behind in 2022 is drinking too much. I drank a lot this past summer, and I had a time in my life where I really enjoyed partying and drinking drinking. And I still love to party, but I think that I can party and have a good time without overdoing it with the drinking. Number one, because alcohol is just really, really bad for your health. And I've been really feeling the effects a lot more now that I'm 25, almost 26. I don't bounce back the way that I used to. Hangovers are terrible. And I realized that I value having a productive Sunday to, reset the house for the week, set my goals for the week, go to the gym. I value that so much more than having like a night of drinking on a Saturday night. So that was one part of it. And another part of it is I gained so much weight from drinking. I mean, alcohol is basically just empty calories. Once the fall weather came around, I really slowed down on drinking and I lost 10 pounds like nothing. That kind of goes to show how much I was drinking during the summer. Okay, so the very last thing on the list of things that I'm gonna leave behind in 2022 is negative self-talk. Anytime that I would experience any level of failure, I would really beat myself up over it, and it's just not good for anyone. So I really wanna work on keeping a more positive mindset in 2023. Okay, so that is my 2022 recap. I think it's gonna be nice to come back to this notebook and take a look at my 2022 recap at the end of 2023 to see how my year-end recap changes for next year. So I was talking earlier about how my routine is really important to me and I have a really good one going right now. So I wanted to share something that I've been doing in the mornings that has been really helpful. Basically, I've been taking these matcha productivity shots. They're matcha based. It's just like this 2-ounce little shot. It's from this company called Magic Mind. So this contains 13 ingredients and basically it's designed to not only give you energy, but also to improve your focus, your mood, and lower your stress levels. This is what it looks like. I think the packaging and the design is so cute. So many of us have such packed schedules and to-do lists nowadays, and you guys already know that me personally, I work as an electrical engineer as my day job, and I also do YouTube and content creation on the side. So my schedule is very, very packed, and both my day job and my side hustle, those things are both very mentally taxing and requires a lot of focus for a prolonged period of time. And that's why I've been loving Magic Mind, because it's formulated to give you sustained energy rather than the in-your-face energy that a cup of coffee would give you and then the subsequent crash that you experience in the evenings and afternoons. And personally, I actually never drink coffee because I'm very sensitive to caffeine. I get extremely jittery and I crash really hard. So matcha and green tea in general has always been my preferred method of caffeinating. And that's why I was so excited when Magic Mind reached out to me to try samples of their little 2-ounce shot. I've been trying this for about 2 weeks now, and it's definitely gonna become part of my permanent morning routine. So you guys are probably wondering what exactly is in this thing that makes it so great. Obviously, it has matcha, which delivers approximately 55 milligrams of caffeine, which is actually less than half of your typical cup of coffee. There's also adaptogens in it like ashwagandha and turmeric, nootropics like lion's mane mushroom, immunity boosters like vitamin C and vitamin D. So all of these amazing ingredients come together to make a really well-balanced productivity shot, and it just takes matcha to a whole other level. And I've definitely found that it gives me a really sustained, smooth boost of energy throughout the day, and I experience no crash in the afternoon, which I definitely would in the past before I got on this. So it's optional to keep it in the fridge. I like to keep it in the fridge because I like it chilled, and you just want to give it a really good shake to incorporate all of the matcha powder and all of the good stuff. And yeah, you just take it like a shot. But that is just my experience, so try it out for yourself. Luckily, I have a discount code for you guys. You can use my code NaomeeR20 for 20% off at checkout. And all that information will be in the description below. Magic Mind offers a 60-day money-back guarantee. If you don't like it or it's not working for you, you can get a full refund, no questions asked. So check out Magic Mind and let's get back to the video. Hi guys, it is a few days later and I did not properly vlog the vision boarding process. Me and Andy ended up doing our vision boards on New Year's Eve. We did have plans for New Year's Eve. We were supposed to go to a party, but a few of our friends ended up getting sick. So we ended up just staying home, which I'm not even mad about because I was just excited to have more time to vision board. So like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, this was my very first time vision boarding. And the reason that I wanted to vision board for 2023 is because I feel uniquely motivated this year and I finally have my drive back, so I really wanted to capitalize on that momentum. 2021 and most of 2022 were pretty rough years for obvious reasons. I think a lot of us went through it, especially in 2021. So at the beginning of 2022, I just felt like I was recovering from that. So I made no resolutions last year and just coasted for the beginning of 2022. So when I look back at 2022, I'm really glad that I took the time to actually relax because now I finally feel re-energized and ready to achieve my goals in 2023. I have so many project ideas for this year and I'm feeling so creative. So that's basically why I wanted to vision board for 2023. So I don't really believe in vision boarding in the spiritual sense. I rather think of it as a useful tool to sort out the spaghetti of ideas in your mind. And me and Andy actually framed our vision boards. I'm in my office right now and you can see I hung it up in front of my desk, so whenever I'm sitting in this chair, I can see it easily. So I'm not going to show you my entire vision board because I'm a big believer in not sharing all of your goals and your plans with everybody, but I will show one section of it. I'm actually so happy with how it turned out. I think it looks so pretty displayed on the wall next to my desk, and I used black paper so the pictures really pop. So I'm gonna show just the wedding section. As some of you may know, we are having a wedding this summer in July, which I'm super excited about. And if you notice, a lot of the images that I put on here are candid shots of people like smiling and laughing and showing a lot of genuine emotion. And basically what I was trying to capture in this is I want our wedding to be just stress-free, and I just want to have a really good time because I know a lot of people can, overthink their wedding day and get too focused on how the video is turning out, how the photos are turning out, posing too much and not really focusing on having just a really good time and cherishing the day. Also, another thing that I'm trying to manifest is good weather. So the image that I put right in the center there is blue skies. And another section I'm going to show you guys is the health section. I'm going to blur everything else out and just show the image in the top center. That's actually a picture of me from 2 years ago. So I remember when I took this picture, I was at a really good time in my life. I was super energetic. I had an amazing gym routine going. I was getting into gymnastics. So I was just having a lot of fun with my fitness and I was eating super clean. And overall, I was just living a really well-balanced life. And obviously I felt really good because I felt like I looked really good. But most importantly, I just felt really happy during this time. I'm trying to get back to that. And I think it's really powerful to put an image of yourself on a vision board because you have actual memories and emotions tied to images of yourself or your friends or your loved ones. Okay, so that was a little sneak peek at my vision board for 2023. I had a lot of fun making it. I'm honestly surprised about how good I feel after I've made it. Every time I look at it, I just feel excited and happy. But yeah, overall, I really enjoyed vision boarding and I would definitely recommend it. So I finally got a shelf for my office, and for the past couple of months, I've just been investing in my office space in general. And I held off for a while on doing this because after the renovations, I wanted to save a little bit and just not spend so much, but I finally felt comfortable recently in spending a little bit of money on my office space, and I will show you a video that I took of what my office looked like before so you can see the comparison. It was really, really bad before. I don't even know how I was working in a space like that. Actually, I wasn't working in a space like that because I would just end up working at the kitchen island, which was really horrible for my posture and just super not ergonomic. So I only started making improvements on my office space about 3 months ago, and it's honestly been such a difference. My productivity has gone way up and I just love being in this room. And moral of the story is invest in your workspace because it does make a world of a difference in your productivity. So we have made it to the final part of the video, which is New Year's resolutions. So I have a few New Year's resolutions this year, but I just wanted to share 2 of them because the rest of them feel a little bit too personal. So the first resolution that I want to mention is I want to practice being more Zen this year. I think we can all relate to the feeling of something going wrong in our day and letting that one thing just ruin your entire day. I am definitely very guilty of this, although I have gotten better recently. For example, let's say that I have plans to go shoot content outdoors, but it ends up raining and it just throws all of my plans off for the entire day. I would typically get super grumpy and frustrated and complain all day about how the weather in my city sucks and I wished I lived somewhere sunny and all of my problems would be fixed if I lived in a different city. And the best way to describe me on days like that is literally just a dark cloud of misery. And of course, my bad mood would affect everyone around me. It would lead to completely unnecessary fights between me and my husband. And it took me way too long to realize that I can just choose to let go of things. Like, the weather is not in my control, so why be so upset about it? And not letting go of bad things that would happen to me would be most harmful to me because I'm the one that's living inside of my own head and suffering more than I need to. And this past year, I started practicing to just let things go that are out of my control and just choosing to be satisfied with the things that I can't control. And I realized when I let things go, I freed up space in my mind to then focus on solutions to the problem instead. And all of this may seem really obvious to some of you, but as someone who has a really hard time letting go of control, this has been something that I've been struggling with all of my life. So yeah, I really want to continue practicing this mindset and just become a super zen and chill person in 2023. The second New Year's resolution that I'm gonna share is to get better at public speaking. Some of you may not notice how many jump cuts I use in my videos because I'm really meticulous about editing, but I say and like way too much and I stutter a lot as well. And it's just really annoying and time consuming to cut out every single filler word or stutter when I'm editing videos. And I'm not always the best at articulating my thoughts, especially in the moment. More specifically, I get flustered in this scenario where I'm speaking to a camera just because the environment is so unnatural. You're not like bouncing your thoughts off of another person. But I think most of us are familiar with having an idea that makes a lot of sense in your head, but when you go to say it out loud, it just doesn't come out right. But again, this is so annoying when I'm editing these videos because I have to parse through so much nonsense footage. So yeah, I really want to work on this because it's going to make filming and editing so much faster. And I think this is just such a good universal skill because even as an engineer, 50% of my job is to do presentations or speak in meetings. So I think working on my public speaking ability is just going to be really helpful all around. Hi, Appa. What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't know why, whenever I am sitting at this desk specifically, Appa just loves to come sit on my lap. He usually sits like behind my chair and I'm like at the very edge. Not ergonomic at all, but I would never kick him off. But anyway, that concludes today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun making this. I think it's gonna be really nice to come back to this video at the end of 2023 and see if my life is different. Actually, I don't wanna say if, my life will be very different. I know that this year is gonna be a really great year, so it'll just be fun to come back to this video and reflect on how things have changed. I really hope this inspires you to think about your own goals in 2023 and maybe vision board a little bit. Don't forget to check out Magic Mind and use that 20% off discount code. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.